So before starting the complex numbers, before starting the Riemannian hypothesis, so let me tell you what is a complex number. So as you can see, this is an sphere called Riemannian sphere. Before getting into that, we will get into every part individually. So this is the grid which is being plotted at a point of infinity. Okay, as you can see, a point is over the North Pole. Every point is being mapped from the grid in this manner. Okay, so it is being mapped from the grid from the point of infinity. Okay, this is called Riemannian sphere. And if you want to visualize this, let me get hold of these spheres, and let me show you a good conformal map Z power x. So as you can see from here, it is being mapped in this manner. What is the difference? So you have a straight line over here which is being mapped as a parabola over here. You have a vertical line over here which is being mapped as a left side parabola over here. So what is really happening in this? Okay, what is really happening in this? So when you just check through many of these functions, okay, for every point you have another point, and it should be analytic, and it should see that it is non-conformal. It is a non-conformal map. Non-conformal map is nothing but it doesn't preserve its area and angles. Okay, so that is called non-conformal mapping. Okay, and now what you have to do is, this is Z 1 by Z power plus Z, and you have how it is being mapped. So when you do a zeta function, how to map a zeta function? So this is the zeta function. So when I just substitute for S as x plus percentage Iy, or there is a critical step, I have to talk about that. So in this zeta function, there is a very critical step in the Riemannian hypothesis, which is being said that every thing is lying between this point, this line. Okay, this line from here, every zero is within this line, and the gap between these line defined the gap between the prime numbers. Okay, suppose it is 3 and you have 5, the another gap suppose is occurring over here, it may define as 7. So check whether what I am telling is correct or wrong. Okay, so there is a claim that somebody has solved it. I heard the news today morning. It was very late to hear it, but it is claimed that every zero is being situated in this critical line and is being separated in that manner. So -2, -4, -6 are trivial zeros. So we are not concerned about the trivial zeros. We are concerned about the non-trivial zeros. So what are these non-trivial zeros? So what I have to do? So I have to find a point which is beyond these here. Okay, so what we have to do? I will give you the Riemann zeta function, and for plotting it, it is so simple that you have to substitute half. You have to substitute, as S is a complex number, N is an integer. So S is a complex number, N is an integer. So you have to substitute for S as half plus percentage T into I. Why I am putting percentage is an maxima, percentage I. Sorry, it is not percentage T, it is percentage I. It is an syntax in maxima. It doesn't have nothing to do with the calculation or anything. So it is in this manner. So now it is so simple that you have to separate it as real part. You have like this, and you have to separate it as an imaginary part. Okay. So in this manner, you have to solve some point. Okay, there should be some other point which is lying beyond the critical strip. So we can't really do that now, but this is the equation. You can solve it in maxima and see. Okay, this is the so far the update I am giving you. So another thing I am giving you special is this Riemann zeta function, which you can plot it in this free open source software. So this open source software is from pad1.exe. As you can see from here, it is. I'll give you the link below. So in here, what you have to do is you take a new graph. In the software is free. So you have to go to the edit, and after that go to the settings and click calculate complex numbers. And what you have to do is you have to go to the insert function and go to here x of t and just paste this. Okay, and get y of t and get over here and just paste this. But here what you have to give is from 0 to 34. So I have not got any insights from this, but surely in future I will get some insights and I will report to you. So this, according to the Riemannian hypothesis, this is the curve which is being transformed in this way. So you have in imaginary axis you have this. So this is imaginary. So in this, the imaginary is here, real is over here. So now what happens is that the points are in the sequenced in this manner. So how to find some other zero which is lying beyond that? And these are some trivial zeros which is occurring over here. So we are not concerned about it. So we are concerned about the non-trivial zeros. Okay. So thank you, friends. So please subscribe our channel. Everybody has asked the video in. So everybody has asked a video in English. I will surely try to put it. So the only thing you have to do is to support me is to subscribe, because we are trying to crack the millennium problem by a group work or a teamwork. So please join us in our venture. So thank you for all your cooperation. Thank you.